Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about the current situation with the next stimulus package. We're going to be talking about the timeline for the next stimulus checks, when you guys should expect them, and we're also going to be talking about current events with our politicians right now. That's going to give us a better idea of when we should expect to see all of this start to happen. Now, before I get started with this video, I just want to take the time and to say thank you all for tuning by another episode. If you're enjoying these updates and you're enjoying the value that I provide, don't forget to drop a like down below. It takes you 1.2 seconds and it really supports this channel and getting these videos pushed out to other people. If you did drop a like on this video, I just want to say thank you all, because I know there are people who just watch these videos, drop a like, and y'all are the real ones for that. As a goal, let's see if we can hit 10,000 likes on this video. If we can do that, that'd be absolutely insane. To start this video off on a positive note, it is highly likely we will be seeing additional stimulus checks. Right now, the current state of where we are with the stimulus package, the stimulus checks, and unemployment boost benefits is that they are trying to work on an agreement in getting something passed. Now, this may not be the full amount that people have predicted earlier, and this may be taking a longer time than we normally expected, but the facts are they are working in order to get something passed. Over this past week, we've been seeing a lot of back and forth arguments, conversations, and what we call negotiations within our political leaders that something is getting worked on getting passed soon. Representatives like Mitch McConnell is predicting that a second stimulus package will get passed soon because of the national and political imperatives at work. So what are these national and political imperatives? What does this actually entail? Number one, many of the leaders in office right now are going to be up for re-election, and what this means is they have a good idea that the mass majority of influence will come from whether or not they're going to be able to get additional money sent out to the people, whether or not they're going to be able to do their job, get support for the people. This is going to have a heavy influence on the statistics or the probability on whether they may actually get reenacted into office. Knowing this, our political leaders are just going to be doing everything they can in order for them to get the public to just like them, simply put. Now, the pandemic is still currently working through the country with continued surges in the number of cases and deaths from the pandemic, with the US currently suffering the biggest quarterly GDP decline on record at 32.9%. Because of the situation we're in, we aren't going to see things actually slow down. So this is actually going to go into the national imperative that many of our political leaders are recognizing right now. Now, the current state of where we are with the economy, the pandemic cases continuing to rise, and our political leaders trying to get that favoritism for the people, what we can see now is that they are not going to stop in trying to get that next stimulus package. With the historic effect that we're having on our GDP, we're also noticing some day-to-day consumer items that are also going up in price. So for anyone who has been going to the grocery store lately, you may actually notice that prices on groceries are starting to increase over time. This is happening for a few reasons. One is that the supply chain is completely getting set out of whack right now. This is not just for groceries. This is actually going into the automobile industry and different manufacturing plants like Apple, technology. So all across the industry, we're seeing supply chain getting affected because many of these workers cannot go in because they're either infected or they're too scared to come into work. So across the country, we're going to start seeing some increase in prices. Let me know for groceries if you guys are seeing that increase in price. Now, in addition to supply chain within the domestic level, we're also seeing on the international level, things getting slowed down. So import is slowing down much more drastically. To some, this may be a minor inconvenience, a 10 to 20% increase on your grocery bills. But to many Americans, this may actually affect whether or not you're going to be able to put food on the table. So hopefully we don't see this huge continued increase in prices for groceries and everyday items. Aside from that, it's been a messy week to say the least. Republicans are still not fully on board with the next stimulus package, and this is really where a big issue occurs because we still have a lot of disagreements on the differences of what should go in the package, how much should this package actually be, and different aspects to the bill like unemployment boost benefits, eviction moratoriums, and things to that nature. So it really has been making it tough for our political leaders to come to this agreement when everyone still cannot align on what the common consensus should be. Executive action is still on the table. President Trump is saying that if nothing gets passed by tomorrow, which is Friday, He's saying that he's going to go ahead and use that executive action privilege in order to get something passed. But many other people in Congress are saying this is simply just not realistic because of the size of the bills. Executive action has worked in the past with many smaller bills and trying to get support for parks, trying to get a wall built, and other additional things like that. But when we're talking about major bills that include trillions upon trillions of dollars of money just getting sent out to the people and trying to revive the economy, it's not simply realistic for a president to be able to do that. But let me know down below your thoughts on that. Do you believe that President Trump actually has the power to get something passed using executive action? So I know we haven't really discussed the current timeline for the next stimulus checks just because of what we're seeing in the news with unemployment boost benefits, eviction moratoriums, and even additional things where people are trying to get hazard pay for essential workers. But let's talk more about the current timeline on when we should actually see the second stimulus check getting passed. If both Senate and House are able to come to an agreement and they're able to pass a bill within the next few days, we should actually expect to see second stimulus checks by August 17th. So if I'm being completely honest, I don't know if this is actually going to be realistic, and I don't want to get false expectations up. What I expect to actually happen is that they're still not going to be able to come to an agreement within the next few days, and we're going to have to wait for the whole August recess to go by in order for them to then come to an agreement during September. We're approaching the end of the first week right now in August, and if we're talking about the timeline for the stimulus checks, this is going to be a full month from now, and this is not even talking about when people should expect stimulus checks in their pocket. If hypothetical situation number one that we just mentioned does not get passed, the third week of September is what we're looking at when people should expect to see their first stimulus checks in their pockets. It is incredibly unfortunate to know and realize how long this whole process is taking, and I feel like every time we get additional news, it's not about what's happening with the priorities that we have, but it's all these irrelevant things that we're just seeing compiled on and adding to this pile of things that we really don't need. I'm not talking about unemployment benefits. I'm not talking about eviction moratoriums. I think all of that is equally as important as stimulus checks. What I'm talking about are things completely irrelevant to the next stimulus package. So it has really been a disappointment, to say the least, and I know that many of my viewers are frustrated, upset, and really just pissed off when it comes to the progressions that we really haven't been seeing made with the future stimulus packages. So now that was your second stimulus package update for today. I really hope that you guys were able to find some type of value from this. I know that we're not hearing too much word from our leaders right now, and I know that a lot of this can be repetitive, especially when we're not getting some more definitive answers, but I am trying out here, and I'm trying to get you guys some of the most important and up-to-date information with regards to the next stimulus package. So if you guys do enjoy any of this content, if you guys do appreciate any of the information at all, don't forget to drop a like down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you guys have not yet already, and don't forget to check out the links I have down below in the description. Now, thank you all so much for tuning by another video. I hope you all have a blessed, positive, and productive week. Thank you all so much for tuning by, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.